guys. So I quit doing walkthroughs because not a lot of people were watching them. Um, but I did get this deck and I was really excited about it. Um, I got it used, paid about $6 for it. Um, Happened to come across it, did a walkthrough, or looked at some walkthroughs and thought, oh, this is going to be um a good deck. It's going to go well with the Psychic Tarot that Miss Kulala had given me. And Lindy had given me 2 decks. So I thought, oh, this is going to be good for readings with witches. And so I did a walkthrough on it, and I guess this deck came out, I don't know, about 9 years ago, I think. So I opened the deck. Deck hadn't even been opened. Even though I got it used, the paper was still on the deck, so I took the paper off. Just opened it. Was supposed to get it tomorrow, but I guess I got it early, and didn't see it in my mailbox till today. So I went through the walkthroughs. I'm a little disappointed, but because I like to have the bigger guidebooks. I don't like the little white books, for obvious reasons. The whole visually impaired thing. But the print in this is pretty large. And I saw that the deck had like big guidebooks, so maybe this is a repeat or a mini version of the deck. But then again, big boxes take up a lot of room. I like the big box decks better because the guidebooks in it, it's a lot easier for me being visually impaired. But it's the Apocalipsis Tarot, and I'm gonna do it like this. And one of the reasons why I got it is because it's very diverse deck, and it covers all of the different pagan, all of that. It covers all of it, and I thought, oh, this would be a really good spiritual deck. It'd go really great with the oracle that Miss Kulala gave me, and the deck that Lindy gave me. Because I have the oracle that goes to that, and I'm going to do readings with witches here in a bit. And I'm going to combine the decks, and then you're going to see what I'm talking about. Lindy also gifted me with Stranger Things, and I'm going to use that later. When I'm doing, more towards spooky season. So I'm going to use the deck then, because it's going to go good with spooky season. But anyway, I thought it was going to be this big box, and it's not. So I guess this is like a reprint. There's pros and cons with getting these boxes. I mean, they're not sturdy. They're not very sturdy. And then when you use them a bunch and stuff, and then you got to get bags and all that for it. But it's still a pretty box. But this is a 79 card tarot deck. It's not traditional with the 78, and this deck's been out for a while. Llewellyn Publishing, I think, is the ones who did this. But of course, I got the little. I always use these for bookmarks. But it looked like a really good like spiritual deck, which is one of the reasons why I wanted it. But I think it may be a bit out of order because no, wait, because I'm doing it the wrong way. But it still had the paper on it. It hadn't even been opened. I'm a little disappointed, but for $6, and it does have the guidebook to it. But I don't, big boxes do take up a lot of room. So, but this is the Pandora. And this comes before the pool. The all gifted. And then here's the Fool. do this better, because I always end up with a big old pile of cards. And this is the Magician. But this deck's been out for a really long time, and this is the first I'd heard about it. The High Priestess. But I looked through a lot of reviews on it, and I was like really excited. The Empress. I have no clue. I guess this is supposed to be, I'll have to look that one up. Having a really hard time with this print. The Hierophant. I try to look at the print when I'm looking at walkthroughs, so that I know. And then there's the book had the origins of the cards and stuff. The Lovers. So I am, a bit disappointed, but you can always, people will get tarot and then they'll sell the guidebooks separate. I need to get a new guidebook for my Medicine Woman deck, because that would be another deck that would really go good with this because of the messages within the Medicine Woman deck. And I like the guidebook. The guidebook is really informative, and this is just, the colors are really, really bright in here. Yeah. Is that the Devil? Oh, Death. I'm sorry. I'm really having a hard time with these fonts. So when I have a hard time with the fonts, that's kind of like Temperance. When I have a hard time with the fonts, then I kind of rely on the guidebooks with some of this, but because it was a more spiritual deck, I'm trying to get into more positive and spiritual type of stuff when it comes to my decks. But this is just such a bright, vibrant deck that, and I was really excited. I was telling some of the ladies I was really excited about getting this deck. But I am going to look and see, because sometimes people will get a deck and then they'll sell the guidebook. And some decks, one of the Native American tarots I have, you have to get the guidebook separate. These are the ones. So, and I'm trying to keep them separate and do this in a more organized way, but it's kind of bright over at my desk right now, and I didn't want a lot of glare. But I have the Spirit Tarot, which I think is more Kabbalah based, and that would go good with this too, I think. And the art isn't the same as the Yolanda Witch, but that would be another really good pairing. And then I've got a beginner tarot. I got it simply because I like the art in it. And it did come with a guidebook and stuff. So that'll go good with this too. And I'm doing the readings for witches and stuff like that. And I gotta do the Aliens Among Us tag also. And I've gotta get some things done so I can go and do that. And get some things organized. I'm all about getting things organized here lately because winter's coming and all that good stuff. But one of the kids is sleeping, so I don't really want to wake them up. And it's not really like pippish. I don't know. I'm going to have to start like rethinking the pip decks. I keep calling them pimp decks, but I have to start rethinking that. Because I do a lot of stuff intuitively, but I think I need to go back and start focusing a lot more on the meanings of the cards also. Because a lot of times, like with some of the print and stuff, I can't. The horror deck is really hard because you have to kind of get the card in the light so you can see what the card is. But I love the horror deck. I just don't like the print. You know, when you're partially blind, you have to be really careful, like how you get certain decks. I mean, I'm a little disappointed, but I mean, the card stock is good. I just was hoping that they would have the bigger guidebook with it, but it wasn't even opened, and maybe this is like their new edition or like their cheaper edition of it, because this deck has, ooh, I love that card. This deck, I think this is more like collage style maybe in some of them. Oh, Dionysus. That just gives me Dionysus vibes. I don't really, I mean, because it's got more like Greek-based cards in it, and I don't have a lot of Greek. I think that's the other thing I like about it, is like all of the, you know, it's got Norse, it's got, if I'm not mistaken, all the swords are supposed to be Norse, from what I saw in the guidebook, but it's just like, it's really bright and really vibrant. And it kind of covered, to me, this is more like a spiritual, and I could use this could be used for both masculine and feminine. That's the other thing I like about it, because I don't have a lot of masculine based decks in my collection. But I mean, the box looked really pretty too. That was the other thing. But you know, like I said, this came out like 9 years ago, so I think this is like a repeat. Another thing is this is the sister deck to the Illuminati Tarot. That was the other thing that I thought was interesting. I'm trying to save up to get the Illuminati Tarot too. I think Erie had the Illuminati one, and that's why I liked it. So, if you like the Illuminati, this is like the sister deck to it. So I don't, maybe now they don't do it in the big box, but I like it. I mean, I still love the deck. I just wish that it had the bigger guidebook, but I might look and get the bigger guidebook, because I love my Medicine Woman Tarot and the guidebook with it. I love the guidebook with that, because it's got a lot of like really useful things. I mean, that the art isn't quite the same, but when I'm doing pairings, sometimes it's not about the art being similar, it's about the message being similar. So, but at least with this little white book, the print is pretty big. And that's it. So, now they're not going to be in order, which is great. It saves me. But Oh yeah, and here's the back. But anyway, I was really excited about this, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm really excited to be working with this. So anyway, peace, love, and light, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.